usually for language people, we used to, obviously they've changed it now, spend 9 weeks in the MTC learning the language. So I was originally scheduled to be there for 9 weeks. But when they found out that I could already speak Spanish, they moved me to a district where I'd only be in the MPC for 3 weeks. But my visa hadn't come through because they hadn't planned on getting it for 3 weeks. So I had like a 6-week interval where I would be waiting for my visa. So I had to be sent stateside to a different mission for that time. And I was really worried about where I'd go, and constantly praying that they'd be inspired. And because when they talk about in conference how they select missions, like the apostle goes into a room and he sees your picture, and they know the missionaries or the missions that need missionaries, and then they just are inspired and know. And so I was just praying that they'd be still inspired for this little part of my mission. And I would think about these different places in the country that I'd like to go. And when we went to go pick up our new calls, I'd asked them how they assigned, and they told me, it's just computerized. They just see the missions that would be willing to take in short-time missionaries, and then the computer just matches. And I was like crushed because I thought, this is terrible, it's not inspired. What did they send me to the wrong place? And so I was kind of heartbroken when I found out how they did that. And I got called to St. George, Utah, to be a visitor center sister. And prior to me wanting to go on the mission, when people asked me, when I was a little girl, I didn't want to go on a mission because I didn't want to be a visitor center sister. Because I remember as a little girl going to like Independence, Missouri and Carthage jail, and just seeing the sisters like repeat the same spiel about the jail cell. And I thought, that'd be so boring, just giving a tour every day and saying the same thing. That's not the mission that I would want. And I'd always been afraid that if I went on a mission that I'd get called to a visitor center. So when I found out that I was getting a call there, I was just mortified. And anyways, but honestly, I don't think that my mission would have been complete without having the opportunity to go to St. George. And it was only 6 weeks, but it was some of the most powerful 6 weeks I've ever had. I got to go, me and my trainer, we opened an area, and it's a highly LDS community, but we were led to people who had been waiting for us. And it's just amazing that in that first week we found all the people that Heavenly Father wanted me and my companion to teach and to prepare for baptism. And to just, we spent half a day tracking in the field and half a day in the visitor center. And it was just so wonderful, all the amazing experiences I was having out in the field to prepare me for Argentina, but also to be in the visitor center and be so near the temple and have millions of other wonderful experiences. And I think it was important for me to have gone. And I gained the strong testimony that that's where Heavenly Father wanted me to be, even though it was computer randomized. But I learned that God always is in control, and He'll always put us where we need to be. And it was good preparation for going to Argentina, because there the mission was very orderly and organized and run just like Preach My Gospel, which was a very different experience what I had in Argentina. And so I had a feel for what it could be and what we should be striving for. And so I think it was good that I got to go.